Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. If you've already watched one of these videos for June 2023, you can skip the intro. There'll be a timestamp below. For those of you continuing to watch the intro, this is going to be a horoscope slash zodiac slash astrology reading for June of 2023. That's just when it's being released. It's for you whenever you come upon it. I didn't do it for May because I had a lot going on in real life. I figured out that I was autistic a couple months ago, and I've been getting used to some new medication while I'm waiting to get tested. I've had a lot of family stuff going on in terms of medical travel and emergencies and all of that. I've also been doing a lot of work on updating the thumbnails and descriptions in my YouTube playlists. I need to update my website some more and some other stuff related to my business. So I did the second half of my deck of angel cards in the interim here. This is going to be the back of the deck. We'll have more information on these when they come out, and you'll be able to see more of the images once that's finally published somewhere. Hopefully soon. I've got some more work to do with these plates before I can get that happening. In addition to the other decks that you can see on my channel, I've just gotten the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. If you've been watching the June card of the day on my social media, you'll see a few of these in there. And once I feel more proficient with the deck, I will be doing a review of that in my Cats Hit the Deck review playlist. I think that's all of the major business that's going on right now, so we will see you in a few seconds in your reading. Scorpio, this is your reading. Your totem for your reading is Reaction Ruby Rod. I have redone mine. So he is dressed for the opera. He's super green. The reading that I'm doing is triangulation. So we have the past, the present, and the future all interacting with each other and influencing your lifetime experience. And we have a card that's sort of the issue or problem at hand, and then we come through the portal in the middle of the triangle. And then once we get to the other side, we have an outcome or information card. So I have the Lover's Oracle deck here, and I almost said the Lenormand. This isn't the Lenormand. Legacy of the Divine Tarot. It's by the same guy. Cairo Marchetti. Okay. So I also wanted to say, I recently figured out that I'm autistic. So if you're autistic or ADHD or other variation of neurospicy, and you feel comfortable doing so, comment down below, say hi, or anything else that you feel comfortable saying about it. And let me know if there's any kind of reading that you're looking for in particular that's not normally offered that might be useful to you. And also comment if you have any thoughts on The Fifth Element, on the soundtrack or the movie or the characters or the actors. Or put down some emojis in the comments that relate to the movie, like maybe a rose for the roses, or a singer for the opera singer, or one of the elements or something like that, just for funsies. And that's for anybody. Alright, so let's move Ruby back here so I don't knock him over and scratch the paint. And let's see what we're working on here for June of 2023 or whenever you find this. Alright. So we have transformation, Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Now that's interesting because the fifth element in the movie ended up, spoiler alert, being love conquering all things. So here's the image of a flaming heart. So transformation and relationship. We're dealing with the heart center here. And it's a place more of feeling than anything. So let's see what's going on with Scorpio in the past. Two of coins, two of pentacles. Jupiter and Capricorn. So we have like an optional thing. We're dealing with a choice here. Is it this or this? Are you hostile or are you a friend-shaped? Which thing will get me more abundance? Which thing is healthier? Which thing makes me feel more grounded? Those are the kind of things you get with the suit of coins. Like, how do I feel in my body? What am I doing with my body? Like, what do I do for work? So in the present, we have the Page of Swords inverted. It's a little bit like bite my tongue energy. I'm having a hard time making a decision, but I'm not allowed to speak out about what my heart's desire really is. This is a 1 or an 11. We have a 2 here. Page of Swords energy. I have assigned it Uranus, which is Aquarian energy. That was my neck that just cracked. Taurus all month. So that's an earth sign as well. Is it retrograde or is it regular? It's regular, okay. But the card is inverted. It's like I'm not allowed to speak manifestation on my truth. And I feel small about it. And notice that 2 is a low energy as well. Let's see what the future is doing. Now, this reading in particular, the whole image isn't coming through without all of the cards in place. Sometimes you can get a story from just one of the cards, but here it's like everything is really obviously tied together. Which makes sense because we started out with the 5th element. 5 elements, 5 cards. So technically, so far, this would be earth, in theory. This would be air. This would probably be fire. Or possibly love. So one of these would be fire, and the other would be water. Okay, so here's definitely fire, the Knight of Wands. The future card, the 12, is definitely enough to overcome an inverted 11. Right, it's basic math. They end up with the 1, which would be, you know, like negative 11 plus 12 equals positive 1, the Ace of Wands. So this is what I want to do to balance myself out. Or if I say I start with 2, subtract 11, that's negative 9. Now I have 3, because I'm adding 12, and that's the Empress, which would be abundance. But it's coming in fire. Now the Knight of Wands could sort of go off half-cocked and burn down half the forest. But that's sort of a distorted essence. It's, this is sort of like I'm on a mission from God, which I mean more in the sense of like the Blues Brothers. Like, I've got to get a message to you. I'm hot to trot. I'm hyper-focused. I'm not stopping for other people's bullshit. Like, I'm getting where I'm going. The fortitude to break down barriers. Okay, so this one might be water if it's not love. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So we have this. I think this one would probably be more water because it's not showing fire in the heart center as much. Because the heart center tends to be where we feel currency, the flow of emotions. There is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, and we started with transformation. I think a lot of this is about trusting yourself. Because some of this is involved in relationships with other people that seem to be confronting Scorpio in some way of like sort of fulfilling your life goal or your ultimate task or whatever that may be. You know, it's like I feel like I want to go and do, you know, I don't know why I'm thinking skydiving. Like I want to go skydiving, I want to be a skydiving coach, I want to run tours. But my romantic partner or my sister or the people I know, my current coworkers, all tell me I'm ridiculous and it's a waste of time. But if I did learn to skydive, I would spend all this time in the mountains, you know, getting in touch with nature and helping people break down their fear and all kinds of other interesting things, you know. And I keep the back of my mind, I keep thinking, well, if I spend all this time up in the mountains, I'm going to learn all these plants that and, you know, gain sort of adjacent knowledge of plant medicine. And I don't just mean like psychedelics. I mean, you know, put this root or this leaf on your skin ailment and it will help you. That kind of stuff, like herbal medicine. Just by being in that environment, like almost by osmosis. So it's I know why there isn't a lot of water here in particular. It's because Scorpio themselves, you yourself are the water. So there's 2 heart cards. 2 love cards. And I know that's literal, but because both of these seem to be trying to be the element of love as it is, or spirit. And then we have earth, air, and fire. And in the movie, I mean, spoiler alert too, but this came out in 1997. When Ruby is trying to, you know, activate his stone, the opening of the fire is in danger because there's too much air. You know, it's like somebody trying to blow me off course. You know, it's like I'm like treading water. And I'm trying to make a decision. But ultimately, it's almost like it doesn't matter which decision you make. It's sort of like having a GPS where it's like, oh, I made a wrong turn. But you're going to be auto-corrected to the direction that you're going. You might just be taking a more scenic route. You know, or the way that you, like if I was taking the navigation metaphor even further, I went this way by accident and I thought I was going the wrong way for a while, but I ended up, you know, someplace better or someplace I wanted to be, and I missed if I had gone the way that I wanted to, I would have ended up in a severe car crash. And it's hard to say exactly what the reroute is doing. Not like reroute your hair like on a doll, but like to go on a different ROUTE, a different pathway. Route. it's a little vague, it's a little mysterious, it's a little like floaty, watery, but I think for Scorpio that it should make sense still. And if it doesn't, maybe you need to watch the fifth element or meditate specifically on the 5 elements. But here the focus is a little bit more on fire, so maybe even like flame gazing. And it's mostly just to get centered and to work on opening your heart to yourself and not letting criticism run as a broken record, whether it's an ego-based thing or it's repeating back what other people have said. I think that's it. If you need more, I've got readings for sale. It's listed down below, or you can email me, and there should be a little bit more about that in the outro and again down below. So we'll see you on the next one around Scorpio, and again, I hope that made sense for you. And we'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Stay connected with CATtheMinion energy work. Check out my complete suite of goods and services conveniently from my Linktree. linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Color your way into some relaxation with my coloring books Energy Forms and Draco Forms on Amazon. Get groovy with fashion and home accessories from my Cafe Press or Redbubble shops. Decorate your environment with original art and divination tools from my Etsy shop.